evening. Very special thank you to the representatives of our religious community and our spiritual leaders for being here this evening. To you, Jim, and we look forward to our relationship growing even over the next 10 months that we have to share, to cooperate, and work together as a community on behalf of the residents of Cornwall. Heidi, thank you again, and best wishes to yourself and the elected council and councilman in Messina and to your community, and of course our good friends at the Lens guests to be rather. Thank you very much for being here this evening. Comme mes collègues, je vais prendre une minute pour remercier. Alors on dit que je ne parle pas assez fort. But I carry a big stick. Let me, like my colleagues around the council table, I want to thank the residents of Cornwall for the renewed confidence in re-election as mayor of the city of Cornwall, my hometown. And I want to thank my team, and I'll thank them through the efforts of my campaign manager, Mr. Pat Panuka, who led a wonderful team of men and women in Cornwall who assisted me in this re-election. But none more than my family and friends, and I'm going to only introduce one, and she's a very special woman in my life, and that's my mother, who's 93 years young. So, Mom, welcome. And thank you. It is really nice to see so many familiar and friendly faces here this evening, and to welcome once again so many distinguished guests to the Cornwall Civic Complex. Je vous remercie tous et toutes d'être des nôtres ce soir. I am honored to address you this evening as your mayor. It is a position that I hold a great deal of respect for, as I believe Cornwall is one of the best cities in Canada. Cornwall is a city with a rich history. Its citizens form a vibrant cultural mosaic, and together we are known around the world for our friendly nature. The companies that call Cornwall home are some of the best in Canada, and our institutions, second to none. Our city, our community, has incredible wealth. Wealth in history, wealth in accomplishments, wealth in spirit, and wealth in potential for growth. The protection of that wealth, the nurturing of that potential is a personal challenge I have accepted, not just for you and me, but for our children and our grandchildren. To the councillors who I will serve with for the next 4 years, I would like to congratulate once again each of you on your election victory. And I do look forward to working with each of you and all of us together on behalf of the residents of Cornwall for the next 4 years. When you made the decision to put forward your name to serve the community, you did so knowing that there would be many demands on your time and many challenges and issues to address. This job takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, but the rewards, as we know, are many. We have been charged with governing this wonderful city, and its citizens have placed trust in our ability to make sound decisions, to nurture new ideas, and to develop a vision for a sustainable, progressive city. It is our responsibility to honor the trust our community has given us with compassion, commitment, and integrity. I look forward to working closely with you in the days, weeks, and months ahead. Tous ceux et celles qui ont posé leur candidature au service de la ville, ainsi que les anciens conseillers municipaux, nos anciens collègues, Kilger, Marianne Hogg et Mark McDonald, méritent nos éloges pour le dévouement dont ils ont fait preuve envers la ville de Cornwall. 4 years ago, Cornwall was at a crossroads, and people were unsure where our city was headed. At the time, I said that a strong, focused economic development effort will attract new people and new businesses to our community. Today, 4 years later, Cornwall has welcomed new companies and new residents. In the midst of a worldwide financial crisis, we saw building activity reach record levels. We surged while others faltered, and in the process, diversified our economy and saw new employment opportunities for our residents. We aggressively pursued partnerships with both Queen's Park and Parliament Hill, and our efforts, along with those of our provincial member of Parliament, Mr. Brownell and Mr. Lozon, saw an unprecedented investment in our city. Today, We are firmly on a path with a clear goal to develop Cornwall as a top-tier urban center in Canada. By this, I mean a city where people enjoy a great quality of life and where businesses can thrive. It is a city where people can succeed, no matter what your personal vision of success may be. Some would say we have already achieved these goals, yet it is clear that much work remains. It is true that our economy is strong, but one thing history tells us is that economies have a disturbing tendency to change. We must continue to pursue new investment, to seek out progressive companies that can provide our citizens with new employment opportunities. We must encourage local entrepreneurial spirit while supporting the vision of our existing businesses. Diversification remains the best strategy for long-term sustainable growth. We will soon open the doors to the Benson Center, a long-awaited facility that will provide improved sporting and recreational opportunities for residents of any age. Yet even as we have met the recreational needs of our community, we must now pay greater attention to its artistic and cultural needs. The city's arts and culture community is a flame that can only burn brighter if it is encouraged. And the ongoing cultural planning exercise, or mapping, is the first step towards developing a strategy to address this important part of our community life. As a city, we have supported the Cornwall Community Hospital and various other healthcare-related initiatives. I believe we have seen incredible progress in the development of facilities and programs, not the least of which is a new EMS, emergency measures, headquarters, yet more work needs to be done. We must continue our efforts to bring new medical professionals to Cornwall and to ensure that our family, friends, and neighbors have access to medical care when they need it. Earlier this year, we welcomed news that the federal government is proceeding with plans to replace the aging Seaway International Bridge. This will return to Cornwall more than a kilometer of land in the middle of the city. But more importantly, it will improve the physical connection between Akwesasne and Cornwall. Yet even as we applaud this work, we must still pursue a permanent solution to the port of entry. 2011 will see the start of one of the largest capital projects the city has ever undertaken, a secondary wastewater treatment facility. This will help us achieve our goals of reducing the impact of our community on the natural environment. Yet it highlights once again the need to be vigilant when it comes to the planning and financing of capital projects. Je n'ai fait ressortir que certains des nombreux enjeux auxquels notre Conseil sera confronté au cours des 4 prochaines années. Il est clair que nous devons concilier les progrès réalisés aujourd'hui et les besoins d'une croissance durable à l'avenir. I believe that the municipal programs and services offered by the City of Cornwall are needed and appreciated by our residents. We must remain vigilant and responsible in our decisions when striking the operating budget to ensure that we strike appropriate balance between service and cost. The key to meeting our goals will be the continued hard work and professionalism of the employees of the city. Our city is quite fortunate, it really is, to have what I consider to be one of Canada's most experienced and dedicated workforces, led by an extremely capable management team. And I look forward to continuing to work with the administration to secure our mutual goals of providing the very best to our citizens. And on a personal note, to our CAO, Mr. Fitzpatrick, Paul is, for me, as mayor, is the best advisor mayor could ever have. I don't want to disillusion you, he's also the strongest critic I've ever had. So, we don't always agree, but we certainly take the time, make the effort, where every issue of significance, no matter how light or heavy it might be, on behalf of the residents of Cornwall, I thank you for that friendship, that advice, and really the leadership you bring to the entire management team. Thank you. Je tiens à remercier M. Fitzpatrick, le gestionnaire et le personnel de la ville qui sont présents ce soir pour leur effort inlassable. Je compte sur leur soutien continu pour que nous puissions atteindre nos buts ensemble. While there's also an ongoing need to review efficiencies and priorities, and I trust the members of council will share my view, that we must ensure that the funding we have available to us is put towards those programs and services that will return the greatest value to our residents. Notre défi au cours des 4 prochaines années de faire face à un besoin réel de remplacer une infrastructure vieillissante. Ces initiatives exigeront des décisions budgétaires stratégiques vis-à-vis les plus hautes priorités. Tonight I have spoken of the need to sustain our recent growth in an affordable and responsible manner. A successful city is one where the needs of the community are met equally with appropriate services. That is perhaps our greatest challenge over the next 4 years, to achieve balance. Balance between growth and quality of life. Balance between development and the environment. Balance between progress and fiscal responsibility. Certainly, as others have already mentioned, we will need to achieve this balance, but we must solicit and embrace input from our citizens and community partners. We must be transparent in our actions and remain accountable for our decisions. Only by working together as a community will we succeed. Notre meilleur atout, c'est nos citoyens et nos citoyennes. Nous devons pourvoir à nos besoins et à ceux et celles de nos voisins. I call upon all citizens to join with this council towards ensuring Cornwall is that type of city that everyone would be proud to call home. Together, let's continue to move Cornwall forward, the city with a world of possibilities. Ensemble, nous vaincrons tout. Alors, en terminant, we've got a lot of work to do, and I look forward to meeting those challenges and fulfill those responsibilities and expectations of council administration on behalf of the residents of Cornwall. Thank you very much.